Whirlwind. Real name, David Cannon. Occupation, professional criminal. Identity, known to the police. Legal status, American citizen with a criminal record. Former aliases, Charles Matthews, the Human Top. Place of birth, Kansas City, Missouri. Marital status, single. Known relatives, none. Group affiliation, former member of the New Masters of Evil, former agent of Count Nefaria. Base of operations, mobile. First appearance, Tales to Astonish number 50. Origin. David Cannon was born with the ability to spin his body at superhuman speeds like a top. During his childhood, he used the physical advantages his ability gave him to become a bully and petty criminal. Eventually, he found employment as a circus performer and professional wrestler, and finally as an ice skater who would win fixed races for a local betting syndicate. When his syndicate bosses advised him to leave town when local authorities began to investigate him, he arrogantly refused and embarked on a criminal career on his own. Within a few years, his modus operandi of spinning to elude his pursuers upon execution of his crimes won him the nickname the Human Top. Cannon liked the name and designed a costume to match his new criminal identity. For his own amusement, he maintained his civilian secret identity of David Cannon, starring in the ice capades and taking pains to keep his performing stunts within the realm of the humanly possible so that his other identity would not be guessed. With the theft of the payroll of Danley's department store chain, he fought and was defeated by Ant-Man 1 and the Wasp. The Human Top spent the next several years in and out of jail, frequently escaping and battling such superhumans as Ant-Man 1 and the Hulk. He eventually served out a prison term and migrated to Manhattan's Lower East Side. He suspended criminal activity for a time, practicing and refining his spinning abilities in order to teach himself new combat techniques. He then re-embarked on his criminal career with the new costume and identity of the Whirlwind. He took the civilian identity of Charles Matthews and, using a portfolio of false IDs, gained employment as Janet Van Dyne's chauffeur. After a several-year criminal career as the Whirlwind, during which time he was a member of the Second Masters of Evil, Whirlwind's identity was exposed and he was fired as Janet Van Dyne's chauffeur in connection with a plot to defraud the Van Dyne estate. The Whirlwind is currently at large, whereabouts unknown. Height, 6 feet 1 inch. Weight, 220 pounds. Eyes, blue. Hair, brown. Powers. Whirlwind is a mutant who possesses the ability to rotate his body around its lengthwise axis at superhuman speeds. He can spin as fast as 400 revolutions per minute, fast enough to speak, hear, and see his environment while spinning. His spinning ability makes it possible for him to move along the ground in any direction at superhuman speeds. He can travel at up to 50 miles per hour in a straight line for 30 minutes without tiring appreciably. While spinning, the Whirlwind cannot be touched or caught due to the tremendous angular momentum created by his rotation. Whirlwind's sense of balance is no longer determined by his inner ear's semicircular canals, but seems to be derived from his sight. All the fluids in his body appear to become as thick as heavy oil, presumably a result of his spinning abilities. Whirlwind has taught himself several applications of his spinning ability for combat. He can focus the air currents created by his spinning into a jet stream powerful enough to blast a hole through a brick wall. He can create a wind screen to deflect matter as massive as a falling boulder. He can create a small tornado capable of throwing cars and attackers. Furthermore, his reflexes are fast enough that he can, while spinning, pick up objects, change his clothes, or punch an attacker. He has also taught himself, through concentration, to fly like a helicopter for up to 3 minutes at speeds of up to 120 miles per hour.